Hi everyone, I'm Srimati Sridhar with the Royal Bank, and we're back today to talk about one of IDA's key new financial instruments, the Portfolio Guarantee Platform, or PGP. Now, to learn more about what this is and how it works, I recently sat down with Mahmut Sen. He is the manager for IBRD and IDA Corporate Finance of the Royal Bank. Here's what he had to say. Mahmut, to get started, why don't you tell me what is a portfolio guarantee platform? How does it work?
So in a nutshell, when IDA goes through difficulties and IDA borrowers go through difficulties and they cannot make payments, we knock the doors for the guarantors and ask them to make IDA whole. Now, number one, the IDA borrowers not meeting their obligations to IDA, historically speaking, is low. Number two, even when those circumstances happen that IDA borrowers do not make their payments timely, the history is telling us that they eventually do. It takes a bit of a time, 9 years on average, but we get the money. So all in all, it is really a credit transformation. We are transforming the relatively low credit quality of IDA's loan portfolio to a higher one.
So, speaking of this, then, how would you say guaranteeing IDA's lending portfolio actually helps it unlock more resources? And what kind of difference do you see this making for IDA countries on the ground?
Yes. When we do our financial planning, we have to plan for the rainy days. We have to plan for the worst case scenarios. This is what prudence tells us to do, but this is also what our new stakeholders, when we started borrowing from the markets, the capital markets, are expecting us to do, and those are our investors. Now, this is prudent, but in a way, this is also capital that is sitting idle, because that is the money we are preserving for the worst case scenarios. By having high quality guarantors coming as the PGP providers, then we are basically unleashing that capital that is sitting idle in IDA's balance sheet. And now that is the capital that is free, that we can use to increase our financing capacity, which will then ultimately go back to IDA borrowers as to advance their development agenda.
So, from what you're saying, I can see why this could be an attractive option, but I want to hear it from you. What's in it for donors if they were to opt for a portfolio guarantee platform?
Yes. Number one, donors do want to support IDA. We see that. However, we also see that they are facing real budgetary challenges. Now, one feature that I have not said at the beginning, and now I will say it, that the PGP's portfolio guarantee platforms do not require upfront cash payments from donors. So this gives an opportunity for donors to contribute to IDA effectively, efficiently, without getting a big hit on their budgets. That's number one. Now, number two, because the donors reduce the risk or take the risk away on IDA's balance sheets, we reward them through the voting rights. So they get upfront voting right allocations because of the guarantees that they provide to IDA. I think the most important one is that the donors now can actually use additional resources to boost IDA's development agenda. That in itself is an important consideration that we know for many donors.
So, Mahmoud, the whole point of having this conversation with you here today is to really break down and simplify what some of IDA's key financial instruments are. And you've done a great job at that so far. So I've got to ask you to close things up in this conversation here today. If you had to explain the value of a portfolio guarantee platform to someone outside of the World Bank, what would you say that was?
By transforming the credit quality of IDA's loan portfolio from low to higher, we unleash capital that is idle otherwise, and now that can be used to boost our capacity to advance the development agenda. everybody benefits from that. IDA, IDA's donors, and IDA's borrowers.
Sounds like a great option to have. Mahmut, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much for tuning in, and you're hopefully walking away with a better understanding of one of IDA's key new financial instruments, the Portfolio Guarantee Platform. We'll see you next time.